To be free is to be who you were made to be.
Slavery is to live under oppression.
Sexual exploitation is to treat the body of another as an object of use.
To be free is.
To be free is.
To be free is to be alive.
To be alive.
To be free is to be alive.
To be human.
To be free is to be human.
To be human.
To be free is to have your own identity.
To have your own identity.
To be free is to live a life of worth.
To live a life of worth.
To be free is to be who you were made to be.
To be who you are made to be.
Slavery is to live under oppression.
Slavery is.
To live under oppression.
To be inherently denied of choice.
Slavery is to be inherently denied of choice.
Slavery is to be trapped in a vicious cycle of abuse.
To be trapped in a vicious cycle of abuse.
Slavery is to be stripped of humanity.
To be stripped of humanity.
To be denied of your own identity.
To be denied of your own identity, the very essence of who you are made to be.
The very essence of who you are made to be.
Sexual exploitation is to treat the body of another as an object of use.
Sexual exploitation is.
Sexual exploitation is to treat the body of another as an object of use.
To prey on the most vulnerable in society.
To prey on the most vulnerable in society.
Sexual exploitation is to prey on the most vulnerable in society.
It dehumanizes.
Sexual exploitation dehumanizes.
Dehumanizes.
It crushes spirits.
Sexual exploitation crushes spirits.
Crushes spirits.
One in 4 women was abused as a child.
1 in 4 women was abused as a child.
Victims of abuse have such a scarred and damaged view of self.
For them, the sex trade is a last resort means of survival.
For sexually exploited women,
Whether they know it and admit it or not,
The choice was never theirs to begin with.
yet when they are sold,
they die a slow and painful death.
They die a slow and painful death.
I come from a very poor family in Nepal. We struggled to put food on the table. One day, a handsome man came into the village and offered my father 2,000 rupees to take me across the border to work in a carpet factory. My father was overjoyed and accepted, hoping I could go earn a dowry, then come home and get married. Once we crossed the border into India, the man didn't take me to a carpet factory. Instead, I was dropped off at a brothel. The brothel owner informed me that my only purpose from this day forward was to have sex with as many men as the madame sent to me, or I'd be killed. I didn't know what sex meant. For 2 years, I had sex with 10 to 20 men per day, before a local justice organization eventually raided the brothel and provided me a way home back to Nepal. I couldn't go back home, though, not after what I had done. They wouldn't accept me. So I planned to return to the brothel because I had no other way of supporting myself. The justice organization instead took me to an SA emergency home in Nepal. I entered a long-term recovery program, and today I now have the skills to make unique knitwear, which allows me to support myself, and thanks to SA, I have learned to read and write.
At a global level, an estimated 28 million women and children are trafficked annually.
An estimated 28 million women and children are trafficked.
are trafficked annually.
Girls are bought and sold like commodities.
Human slavery is alive and well and needs to be stopped.
And needs to be stopped.
I was put in a foster home multiple times starting at the age of 5. My mother was an alcoholic and did drugs and had boyfriends who sexually and physically abused me. For 10 years, the same type of abuse continued across multiple foster homes, and then one day, I met Tyrone, a great-looking guy. He took me places and bought me things. He asked me to run away and move in with him, so I did. He was the best thing to ever happen to me. That's when everything changed. Tyrone told me I had to pay him back for all the money he had spent on me, and to do that, I would have to work the streets. I had no other choice. Tyrone got me addicted to crack cocaine, beat me up, and when I was 17, he got me pregnant and I gave birth to Susie. A year later, when I was continuing to work the streets, a guy took me to a field and beat me and raped me, cut my back up with a knife, and left me there to die. After that night, I joined the SA program. SA helped me get clean from drugs and enabled me to get Susie back from foster care. SA allowed me the possibility to get job training, where I realized I love working in banquet facilities. I have since returned to school to get my high school diploma, and I want to continue working in the hospitality industry after that. I've learned how to budget money, pay bills, make better choices for friends, and best of all, I now have my own apartment for Susie and I to call home.
Why should we care?
Human life is precious.
Human dignity is worth fighting for.
To care is to embrace life and humanity.
For others and ourselves.
This is our responsibility.
We can make a difference.
We can.
We can make a difference.
The SA Foundation, as a Christian organization, provides a comprehensive recovery model for sexually exploited women and their children.
It encompasses housing, healthy community support, counseling, education, and practical skills development.
In developed countries such as Canada, women in the sex trade share a common narrative of childhood abuse.
For them, recovery has to begin by addressing these issues.
These young women need to live in safe, healthy homes, away from predators, drugs, and crime.
They need to be reparented, loved, and supported.
In poor countries such as Nepal, where SA also has a presence, the problem is slightly different.
Families are lied to, and parents easily sell their daughters thinking they will end up working in factories or as maids.
These people need to be educated. Prevention is key.
Girls rescued from the sex trade need physical and emotional healing, as well as the means to sustain a healthy living for themselves.
Each SA house accommodates 5 to 10 participants and their children.
They live with a full-time member of SA's staff who cares for them,
Provides accountability and support, and helps them to adjust to normal, healthy lives.
All participants go through a tailored recovery program, which helps them to heal from their experiences of abuse and exploitation.
SA participants are also given the opportunity to complete their education and develop practical life skills.
SA is a one-of-a-kind program. It's a place that is actually teaching me the life skills I never learned before.
I love that SA provides a community and support while we work through our recovery.
SA has taught me skills to be able to live independently.
SA has given me a sense of belonging as there was nowhere else I fit in before.
The Christian principles at SA help me to form my own solid foundation as I embark on my recovery journey.
The SA model is effective because it is comprehensive and thoughtfully addresses all the underlying needs of its participants.
The Servants Anonymous Foundation has a 70% success rate.
70%.
7 of 10 women who commit to SA's recovery program are able to break free from sexual exploitation and also to break free from drug and alcohol abuse.
One life changed impacts all the lives around it.
One life changed impacts
all the lives around it.
Take a stand to end human slavery.
Take a stand to end human slavery.
and open doors to freedom and life.
And open doors to freedom and life.